सो आज का मैथ्स का प्रॉब्लम है, if you can buy one toy cat in rupees 10, one toy fish in rupees 3, one toy bird in rupees 0.5, which means 50 paise, then tell us how to buy 100 toys in rupees 100. If I have to break this down in Hindi, अगर आप एक खिलौने की बिल्ली, राइट, लाइक स्मॉल टॉय कैट 10 रुपये में खरीदते हैं, एक खिलौने की मछली 3 रुपये में खरीदते हैं और एक खिलौने का बर्ड 50 पैसे मतलब 0.5 रुपीज़ में खरीदते हैं, देन हाउ डू यू बाय 100 टॉयज? टोटल 100 टॉयज आप 100 रुपीज़ में कैसे खरीदेंगे? विच मीन्स what should be the number of cats that you buy, the fishes you buy and birds you buy. That is total 100, but you have to buy it in rupees 100. So if I have to break this down in equation, whatever has been written, right, then how it would look like. So let's assume that the solution is x cat, y fish and z birds. So which means that finally you have bought x cats, y fish and z birds. How does this number relates to over equation? So the toy cat is one cat is rupees 10. So the total price for cat is how much? 1 is for 10, then x cat 10x. Similarly, fish will be, each fish is rupees 3, y fish 3y, and z birds, each bird is 0.5 rupees, so z birds is 0.5 z. Now what does your question tell you? That this x plus y plus z, the count of x plus y plus z should be 100, because for us we need to buy 100 toys. So the count is x plus y plus z is equal to 100. This is your first equation. Now it says the amount, total amount should be 100, which is your second equation. 10x number, total price for cat, total price of fish and total price of birds should be 100. Now this is your second equation. Now anyone looking at this will think, hey, we have three unknowns x, y, z, but only two equations. So from simple maths we know that number of equations we should have number of unknowns. To find number of unknowns we should have that much of equation. But here we have lesser number of equation and larger number of unknowns. So how are we going to solve it? If this is a question, right, then there must be some solution. That's why it has been asked. So let's try our best first to break these equations from 3 unknowns to 2 unknowns, and then we will see how to solve it further. Please note one more important aspect, that x, y, z, all of this must be whole numbers, right? 0, 1, 2, right? And from this question you can also understand because these are twice, it can't be fractions, right? You will have either 5 cat or you will have 2 cat. You can't have a 2.5 cat. You can have a toy fish, 2 toy fish, or 3 toy fish. You can't have 2.5. So you know that xyz is all whole numbers. So this is an important thing which is going to help you. And I am not going to write this as equation, but this will come handy. A. Now these are the two equations that you have to solve. Now how do you solve equation? Simple, right? You have to eliminate z from both of them. So first let's simplify the equation. X plus z is equal to 100. Now 10x plus 3y plus 0.5z is equal to 100. Now what do? You kind of, let's eliminate z. How do we eliminate z? Multiply this boy by what? 0.5, let's assume, right? Now this one, top one becomes 0.x, 0.5y plus 0.5z, and if when you multiply 100 with 0.5, it will be what? 50, and below it is 10x plus 3y plus 0.5z is equal to 100. Again, two equations. Now how you can solve this? Very easy, you know, right? You subtract second equation from the first equation. So if you do minus, 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 right, you will cancel this out. We are left with what? 0.95x, and 0.5y minus 3y is 0.25y is equal to minus 50, right? You can multiply the entire equation with minus 1, so this becomes 9.5x plus 2.5y is equal to 50 multiplied minus 1. Now you have to find x and y. Again, this is your third equation. You have to find x and y, but you have only one equation and you have two unknowns. Remember, this is going to come handy. X, y, z must becomes whole number. So now try to find from equation where we have x and y. Let's simplify it a little further. We simplify it. 9.5 you can write it as 19x by 2 plus 5y by 2 is equal to 50. You can say it as 19x plus 5y is equal to 100. Now, you see that x and y, what should be the value of x and y such that the whole equation becomes 100. Now, important thing again is x and y are whole numbers. Let's try substituting whole numbers in this and see how does our equation looks like. So, if it looks 19x plus 5y, let's put y is 1. Then it becomes 100. So you get 19x is equal to 95 and x is equal to 5. So you see that if you put y is equal to 1, you are getting x is equal to 5, right? And if you substitute x and y in your first equation, which was x plus y plus z is equal to 100, you will also get z, which is you put 1 plus 5 plus z is equal to 100. You get z is equal to 94. Now why is this solution? Let me do one thing. I can erase all of this. Remember, when you substituted, you had a equation 19x plus 5y is equal to 100. You know y will always be whole number, that we know. When you substitute it with 1, then 19x becomes 95 x becomes 5. This is how you got your solution set as x is equal to 5, y is equal to 1 and z is equal to 94. Can there be more values for this? Yes, obviously there can be more solution set, because again there are two equations, there is one equation and two unknowns, which means there could be more values which will satisfy this. Now let's see, is it possible? Are there more whole numbers so that the entire 19x plus 5y is equal to 100? If we substitute by 2, right, and you see that this becomes 90 and 19x is equal to 90 by 90, it's not a whole number, so your y will not be a solution. 2 will not be a solution for this. If you substitute y is equal to 3, you'll again see x will become 85 by 19, which is again not a solution. Put y is equal to 4, y becomes 4x solution will become 80 by 90, not a solution. 19x plus y is equal to 5, 100, x becomes 75 by 19, right? So you will go on doing this, and after what you can do? You can do this up till the point that y is, see 19x, again remember this will be again a positive number because x is a whole number, right? So if 19x plus 5y is equal to 100, you can do up until your 5y is, the entire 5y is less than 100. So what you can do? You can do up to y is equal to 19. So let's assume your y is 19. Now if your y is 19, then your equation is 19x plus 5 into 19 is equal to 100, right? Now x becomes what? 5 by 19. Again, not a solution. So you will see that by trial and error, you would see that the only possibility and the solution is x is equal to 5, y is equal to 1, z is equal to 94, right? You can also solve with this by graph, right? If you, right, like for example, if you have 19 plus x plus 5y is equal to 100, you want to plot this over x and y axis, right? Now let's assume x, when x is 0, y becomes 20. So you will have something like here, right? And y is 0, x will become 100 by 19. So your x will be, right, something by 100 by 19 here. You will have graph like this, right? And you know, when you will have a graph like this, you will try to see where will your x and y both are whole numbers, right? Now when you will trace this, you will find it when your y is 1, like this point, right? And that point x will be 5, so this will be 5 by 1, and that will give you a solution as well. So here this is your final solution. Thank you everyone. If you have similar interesting questions, do send me on my email ID and I will try to explain it and solve it for you. Thank you.